What's going on, everybody? This is Peter Renna, writer of Dollarbindigging over at comicbookinvest.com. I'm trying something a little new today in that I'm going to try to film myself digging some of my own boxes. As I've been doing the last few articles, online digging at home while we've all been quarantined, growing my beard out, and just doing some online shopping for dollar bin stuff. Those wells are running kind of dry. So instead of trying to reach for more dollar books that I can get from Midtown or Graham Cracker or wherever, I figured, you know what? I had a ton of boxes that I built up of books that I paid for $1 or less for mostly that I need to go through anyway. So why not go through those boxes, share with you what I've been buying that I haven't put in articles yet, and yeah, see what's in there. Maybe there's something else interesting that I haven't brought up yet that everybody can keep an eye out for once they can start digging for books again too. So as I said, I gave this little shot. I have at least, these are the first 10 boxes here that I have to go through. And there's stuff in here from dollar books to fill a bag for $25 at one of the shops I like to go to 50-cent things, to just regular online orders are kind of mixed in. So there might be some new releases that I'll have to bypass, and maybe a couple of books that I did pay, a few bucks for over the dollar price. And if I do come across those in these boxes, I'll point it out and mention what I actually paid for it, because I generally remember. And I'm not going to try to pass off everything that I get as some super cheap find that I found. Because what does that serve? It doesn't help anybody. So I'm just trying to give you books that you can actually find for $1. Because of course, if you find something that's worth, a hell of a lot more than $1, absolutely go buy it. But these are more lower end things that you frequently see within the boxes. So I figured I was going to use my new makeshift camera setup here with an old paper towel holder dispenser that my wife wanted me to throw out, and I said I can make use of this. And here we go, car mount cell phone for camera 2 to show you what's going to be in my box over here. So without further ado, let's dive into the box I got sitting right over here, and let's see what we might want to write about this week. All right, let's get this a little bit more straight. All right, so first off, we'll start. Oh, look at that. We got a Grant Morrison book at the top. Just looked interesting. Haven't read this yet, so I figured, yeah, I'd grab this, for cheap. I think that was a cover price book I grabbed somewhere. West Coast. Don't know where those came from. Marvel Comics Presents. I wrote about this one before. Every time I see it, I grab it. It's just a great cover by Sam Keith, and just one worth picking up anytime you see it. And I do the same with 86. Came right after. I believe one of those two is First Cyber. Is a Wolverine villain. I love grabbing Marvel Ages too when you see them. I mean, just look at this Sinkovich cover, I believe, on this one. Even if they're beat up, you pay like $1 for this stuff. I mean, why not? It doesn't hurt. So I got a lot of crap to go through. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So Amethyst, don't know why I grabbed that. This Thor 300 is beat to hell, but again, you find these lots for nothing, and you just got to grab it. Ooh, Rogue Trooper. Yeah, let's talk about this. Yeah, I know 2000 AD is where he first appears. This is not really a first appearance. Maybe you can argue a first U.S. appearance, but it's a good book to find. Veronica Cable. I remember when everybody was looking for Hope. That was a good cover. Fantastic Four. Yeah, this has got a Thunder 5, which everybody likes, but you can look at this. This is not a very clean copy. It's got some issues, so I still grabbed it, for cheap. Why not? This could be interesting if Namor shows up in Black Panther 2, possibly. Betty, yeah. I went through the Archie phase, grabbed a bunch of this stuff. Supergirls. I do love this Middleton run of Supergirl covers. It's just, I don't know. I just like them. They're definitely worth grabbing if you can find them for cheap, especially this one. I know I wrote about this one, I believe, my first Dollar Bin Digging article. Just love that cover. And hey, look, an extra one. As I said, I grab them. It doesn't matter how many times I see it. I'll grab them more than once if need be, especially if it's $1 or less. Supergirl. Oh, look at that. First Omega Red. But again, you can see they're not always going to be great copies. But again, cheap enough, I'd rather just grab it and figure something out with it later. Oh, first Cassie Lang. That was a good one. These Dr. Voodoos. I thought those were interesting, especially with the tease and with his brother. Jeremiah. Is it Jeremiah Drum? Can't remember. But the first Doctor Strange, they kind of teased that Brother Voodoo could be on the way. So this is a good little series, 5 issues. Interesting little variant there. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I remember getting this one. Yeah, so this is first Rose Wilson. Pull that one out. That's good to look at. I think this is first Orphan. Orphan Pop? I don't know. That's a Killer Frost. Yeah, I'll leave that in there. Master of the Universe. Yeah, and you see some of these have these price stickers, but that's obviously not what I paid for it. X Factor 1, Heralds of Galactus. There's a Ms. Marvel, Gamora. Like this. This has a $20 sticker because there's a shop near me that likes to put all of their variants at $20 and then just sort everything out later. And then they frequently find themselves in the dollar bins eventually. So that's when I do grab them. Sorry, I just had to take a quick drink while we're going through this. Yeah, I did find this one for $1. It is a great cover. I'm going to pull it, but not for Dollarbindigging, just because it shouldn't be in there. I do like that Train Spotting homage. Yeah, these I know I grabbed from another shop. Again, Mark III, but all the back issue bins there are $1. So I got a bunch of these James John covers because I love this back roll run. Just good stuff. No, it's just still sealed. First Mr. Zaz, I believe, in there. Back to the back roll run. You can see. And again, this stuff's not in order. It's as I grabbed it and just shove them in a box until I have time to do something with them. So as you can see, yeah, back row, love those. Oh, this Teen Titans. Yeah, I see this one all the time. I'm going to pull that one out because that's actually second Deathstroke. So it should be worth more than it is. So I still grab it every time I see it because there's plenty of them out there. And, who knows, maybe one day it'll be worth a few more dollars than it is. These Star Wars purges. Interesting stuff. Campbell. Always grab Spawns when you see them for cheap. Dark Minds. I like Pat Lee. Back in the day, Pat Lee was pretty cool. I dug that art. Adam Cooper Blink. Number 1's not bad. Old Witchblades are always worth grabbing. I think these were those newspaper books. WCW. How can you say no to a WCW number 1? And you got Lex Luger there on the cover. It's like a variant cover of some kind. A lot of it's nonsense. Yeah, I grabbed this a bunch. Is it Anya Corzone? I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but that's a good first appearance. I know I've written about that one before. Mech Cadet U. That one's worth pulling out. I think that's a variant too. I think there are 4 covers for that book. Why the Last Man? The final issue. Yep, that's not a bad one to have. Witchblade 10, which I think is actually the first Darkness appearance, if I'm not mistaken. Wolf 1-1. Again, sometimes I find these newer release books just thrown in the dollar bins, overstock from a lot of shops, and bullet hole cover. Yeah. Goes all the way through. I love the gimmick cover, so I go and grab them. Oh, Cull. I like these two. This is Barry Windsor Smith. It's almost like a little A and B cover for these 9 and 10 of Cull. Grab those when I see them. First Prophet, and I think Shadowhawk on the back of it. Youngblood 1. How many of those do we have out there? Grendel. McFarlane cover with those first, I forget what those aliens are called. It's early Witchblade. Again, anytime I see Witchblade, just like early Spawns, I grab them. I mean, Turner Art's worth it. Winter Soldier. New Warriors 1. This is fun stuff. Bitter Roots. This is a Scotty Young cover. I don't think I paid $1 for these two. These look like they came from my comic shop, so I probably ordered them online for cheap. But yeah, I remember when that character Alloy or something got hot for a minute. Old Hughes. Always grab the Old Hughes. J.G. Jones, I believe, first. And the Defiant books, like J.G. Jones. Afterlife with Archie. Those are always entertaining books. There we go. All red. I like this. This is a decent book to grab, too. But it's Batman's. What else do we have in here? Blossom. Yeah, see, these, I grabbed some of these Mr. Miracles. I did not pay $28. I probably paid $2 or $3 for this. The guy I bought this from the flea market, he just has prices on books for a general reference, but he cuts me a deal. So most of the time I pay $1 for these things, but it's usually I'll hand him like 12 books and it'll be like $15. So it's maybe a little over, but never those prices. And that's what you got to make relationships. You got to get to know people, and it's all about the connections that you have. Yeah. They know what you're looking for. They'll hook you up. You spend money with them. Love those Wrightsons. I might have enough to go with this week, but I figure I'm already in here. Might as well finish this box off. Hughes Catwoman's. Always grab those every time I see them because people are always looking for them. Again, I did not pay that. That's just the bag that was in. More Catwoman. Hughes. These are extras. I got my run of them is around here somewhere. This is a New God 17. It's Darkseid's dad. It's like, what's his name? Like Yuga Khan or something like that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, see? I think more than once. Notice that. Mayhew. Mayhew had a great run on these Mystiques. I think I might have done this once. At least talked about a couple of them. Those Faithless books. There's some good covers there. These G.I. Joes with Granoff. those are definitely fun. So I believe I grabbed a few of those. Oh, this was new release, so that was not a dollar book. Neither was Weird or Black Hammer. I think in the back of this box, these are some new releases that I picked up. So not what I'm looking for here. So I think I grabbed enough books to write about for this week. I generally like to do 4. So just to get an idea, what did I grab out of the box there? So I grabbed the Mech Cadet U. As I said, that's a interesting book. I think it might have got options. Greg Pak wrote it. It's like a interesting little like Academy type of story there. Like I said, there's a couple of variants for this cover. I think there was a connecting, there's the A, there was an homage to something, and then there was this guy here. Yeah. And then we'll go with the Deathstroke 2. Look, it's not even bagged. It's just in there loose, but still in good shape for all things considered. I know I got a ton of these. Like I said, I grabbed this one for $1.50, 50 cents all the time because it's still second Deathstroke. So it's usually you can get a return of a few dollars for it. So if you pay 50 cents, you usually make a couple of bucks. So again, rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Same thing with the Rose Wilson. This is one that's not as easy to find, especially when she first appeared, on the different CW shows and even the Titan show. But still, they're out there, and it's it's not a great cover because it's not actually her in costume in this one. It's just first Rose Wilson who ends up being Ravager eventually. And again, same thing here with the Rogue Trooper. Again, these should be interesting books to write about this week. So I don't know. I think I'm going to try to do this a little more often, just dig in my own boxes, try to share some information out there with you guys while I have a drink, try to keep myself sane. So, as I said, comicbookinvest.com. I generally write Dollarbindigging every week. I like to write Wizard Rewind and Usual Suspects as well, but I haven't been able to get back to those as I wanted to. Life gets in the way. And Wizard Rewind, I did a full year, so I'm kind of running at good issues. Wizards, they did a lot of repeats in those magazines. You see month to month, it's the same 10 books, so it's not that interesting after a while. So it gets kind of tough. I've almost completed my Wizard run. Those are other books that I grab in dollar bins. Anytime I see an old Wizard, if I don't have it, I just grab it. I don't care if it's beat up. I just want it for the material inside, maybe something interesting to write about. So I'll try to get back to that eventually. I don't know when. And Usual Suspects, I am actively working on one. Hope I wanted to have it this week, but it might be more like next week now. But I'm looking to do something with freebies and promo books, mail-aways, inserts, weird stuff like that. I don't know. I generally like to write about things that interest me. So as I'm researching it, I'm learning and can just share that information that I'm curious about myself. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this short little video of me digging through my boxes. Like I said, I'm going to try to do it maybe every week that I'm stuck at home to do this. You saw I got a pile of boxes, to do this with, so I have plenty more material to dig through. As I said, this is one box out of there's at least 10 in this picture, and I've got more around the house. If you could see this place, it's a mess. I'm not gonna lie. I'm here in my spare bedroom that I've taken over as my little comic book room. So it is what it is. I'll give you just a quick little sneak peek before I go at the mess that I have around here. As you can see, there are just boxes everywhere. I've got boxes over there. The closet's full of boxes. There's boxes in the corner. There's boxes down this side of the bed. I just walk around my press. I've got boxes up high above the cabinet. The cabinet's full, and I'm even standing amongst boxes here as I work and do this silly little video for you guys. So yeah, as it was a quick little run of the little room that I'm working in. So when you see me on on Vintage Voyage or Tales from the Flipside or whoever wants to have me on, I'm sitting here in this little corner. That's what I'm doing. I'm sitting amongst my own boxes of comics, using them as a footrest because there's nowhere else to kind of fit around my house. But with that, it's been about 15 minutes. I think it's a good little short length. So I'm going to bid you guys a fond farewell, and until next time, I don't know. Keep yourself sane.